One, it's Pete Cohen here. Good evening. Yes, thank you for joining me. It is almost 8 p.m. on the 30th of January. Where has January gone? It has gone so quickly, but I'm excited and so fired up because we've got a big goal and a big dream in our life, and that's to inspire as many people as we can around the world to be incredible, to be inspired, to be amazingly awesome. So let us know before we get stuck into this content this evening, and I introduce you to two people who we've had the great pleasure of coaching and supporting on their journey to greatness. Just tell us, first of all, where you are in the world. We'd love to know where you are and why you're not watching EastEnders. Or maybe you have, because EastEnders has just ended, I believe, because I could hear it actually downstairs. No, I'm only joking. Let's not talk about EastEnders. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about where you are in the world, and let's also talk about how you feel about where you are right now. Yes, we're talking about feelings, how you feel about where you are right now, and where you are in the world. So, yeah, where are you? Where exactly are you? And I'm just going to share this in a couple of groups, because I know that we had some incredible people join us last night when we broadcast, and we had the amazing Joe Tyler, who's lost 5 stone with My 365 and the My 365 challenge, and we had Janet Summerscales, who's also lost 28 pounds and hugely transformed her life. Life is a pretty awesome thing, but I think when it comes to being healthy, most of us need some help. We need coaching. And what if you could have world-class coaching? What if you could have access to an unbelievable program that has helped so many people around the world? And what if you could have access to a community of like-minded people who had your back every single step of the way? Now, I know what a number of you would say. You would say, well, surely that has to be too good to be true, right? Well, it is true, and it is real. And many of you hear from me every single day. But today, you're not going to be hearing from me. I can see my picture's not too great here, but maybe it's my shirt that's making this whole thing go a little bit fuzzy. So I know we've got people all over the world. Tell us where you are and tell us how you feel. I know lots of people are now finding this broadcast. So actually, before we get stuck in, I have an announcement. One of the reasons we're doing these broadcasts this week is we have opened the doors to the My 365 Challenge, which I believe is the best program in the world for better health, better well-being, to lose weight, to feel great, and to transform your life. I want to give a big shout out to a number of people who have joined the program in the last couple of days. Sarah Winsheep, Christine Barker, Liz Robinson, Wesley Collier, Tracy Morris, Nikki McGregor, Dawn Rowley, Jane Bird, Helen Charge, Karen Russell, Debbie Williams, Melanie Jane Stoneman, Jackie Edwards, Anne Thorburn, Philippa Hodge, Halima Heath, Kay Smith, Fiona Young, Kirsty Baker, Gillian Wood, Julie Pepper, Sarah Jane Casey, Penny Morehouse, Kelly Kerry, and I'm not sure if I can pronounce that name, Guispa Bot. Well done. Congratulations. We're opening the doors all of this week, and all of you have got a chance this week to join this incredibly unique program. I've been helping people for, nearly 30 years, helping people lose weight. And the first person I want to introduce you to is someone who I met some time ago, and it's been incredible to reconnect with this person and help this person go above and beyond what they've done in the past. Some people, lessons in life are repeated and they're repeated and they're repeated, and they never really get to where they want to go. And sometimes when they're ready, they make that change. And this person has become an even more inspirational person than she was before. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome the amazing Lindsay Sales into the green room, into the studio. Lindsay, that was an amazing introduction, right? Come on.
Gosh, how do I follow that, Pete? How do I follow that?
So, Lindsay, tell us who you are, where you are, and tell us what you've achieved on your your journey to you becoming a better version of yourself.
Okay, good evening. So I'm Lindsay, and I'm from Romford. as you said, we met a number of years ago with one of your previous weight management classes, groups, Lighten Up. And I really bought into it then. I bought into the whole process. I was absolutely bowled over by it, but I didn't actually take the action back then. And that's what you were saying. So I bought into it academically. I brought into it because I really thought it was going to be the thing for me and the thing for everyone, but I didn't actually take the action back in those days. And that was the difference that made the difference now with this weight loss challenge.
Yeah, right. So I just need to make a note. As I said before, you know, this is a time of the bed. You see, this is the time of day I normally go to bed because I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And you just said something I need to write down because 2 questions came into my head when you said that. So the first thing is, Lindsay, tell us what you've achieved in terms of
in the last
actual weight loss and
in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years since I've been following you Periscope and then into your ICC and weight loss challenge, I've done around 30 pounds. It's not a massive amount of weight, but the thing is, I've been trying for years, for over a decade, for 15 years to lose a little bit of weight and keep it off. And the difference for me now, the real difference, is I know that 30 pounds gone. It will not be coming back. This is, in fact, I'm going to be even lighter by the end of the year. This works. This really works.
I think that's one of the things that I think is so awesome about you is that you've kept going, even though you've not got to where you've wanted to get to, but now you've got there. And I think that's just so awesome. So tell us why you feel that in the past you kind of knew, but you kind of did, but you didn't do what you really needed to do to get to where you are now. Why do you think that was?
I think I was... I know I was. You've mentioned before people go to webinars, seminars, lots of different things and sit in the audience and do the training, do the learning and think, oh, this is great, this is brilliant. And then they go away and don't actually put it into practice and actually take the massive action that is needed. And the beauty of this is that it isn't massive action that needs to be done. It is what I say, small, incremental steps done every day. Can I just say welcome to all the new people, because I just really want to say this is probably one of the best decisions that you've made, because if you follow the program and are consistent, and that is without doubt the magic for me, being consistent, then you will get success.
Yeah. And I'm so happy that you have made that change, because I mean, I don't know, but I would imagine there was quite a bit of turmoil somewhere in your brain about the fact that you knew you were not being who you were capable of being. Yeah. Would you say that was correct?
100%. And we often use the expression, the best is yet to come, without a doubt. I'm coming up to my 55th birthday. 1963 was a good year, because I think many of the weight loss challenges of hi Janet, many of the weight loss challenges, that's our year. But last year I did a sprint triathlon. This year I'm doing the 3 peaks.
Amazing.
This is being me, being the fittest, healthiest, lightest and most energetic person I can be.
So there's a word that keeps running around my head, which I've got to ask you about this. But well, I suppose it's fear. You know, do you think that fear played a part of you not kind of pushing through frightened to be who you actually are now, that you didn't actually do what you needed to do?
To be honest, Pete, I don't know. I really don't know. I know.
It doesn't matter really, does it?
I was never consistent. And the thing that made the difference for me for the last 2 years is I've been listening to you every morning. And some mornings I'm not paying you the full attention I should, because I'm driving back from the gym, from the pool. And some mornings I can sit there with a notepad. But every single day I start with the best intentions. I set myself up every single morning to have a good day. And friends of mine have said to me, it's not just the weight loss that they're saying, it's the fact that I'm keeping my word to myself now. I do get up every day to the gym or the pool. That that thing about dieting that I never really got till the last couple of years is that every time I said I was going to do something and I didn't do it, my confidence took a down. Well, now you can just imagine I'm doing and saying what I'm going to do. Today I posted a bag of, I think there was 8 rubbish bags. I've shredded 8 lots of paper the last 2 days to get rid of so much stuff, because I just want to move forward with my life, and I do want to know what's next, because the weight issue is no longer there.
Well, I think there are obviously a number of unique things about the My 365 challenge, and one of them is about helping people with their confidence and helping them boost their willpower. So on top of the fact that you've lost 30 pounds in weight, what are the other significant changes? So you say your confidence is improved. What's your relationship like with food now?
I find it really crazy and irritating that actually I didn't get this years ago. I love food. I really enjoy food, but I now just eat most of the time really healthy food. I've got what we call kryptonite. I have a thing with liking too much alcohol every now and again. But what I do know is that the every now and again is less and less frequent. So whereas I would, as we say, zig and zag every now and again off and have too much to drink on a Friday night.
Yes.
It's maybe once a month now. And it's with lots of water, and it's not the end of the world, because I'm up in the pool the next morning.
I think it is really interesting, isn't it? And I know that's another thing that we teach on the program about the formation of habits and breaking habits and helping people realize that if you're formulating a new habit and you stop that for a day, you can probably get away with it. If it's 2 days, it's like, and that's why weekends for a lot of people is very difficult, because they just do the opposite of what they've been doing in the week.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, tell us why you think people should consider joining the My 365 challenge.
I can only speak, obviously, from my own experience, and having spent sort of best part of most of my adult life trying different diets that always let me down. And once I'd finished them, the weight would go back on again. I can absolutely, hand on my heart, say in this last 2 years, I've lost weight. It's been very slow. There's been times when I haven't been totally on it, but it's always been going in the right direction. And I'm learning. I'm constantly learning. I've got pages and pages of notes of where I've learned and put that learning into action. And so why should people join? Why should people join? If you want to be fitter, if you want to be slimmer, lighter, healthier, and absolutely have much, much more confidence, then this is the program. If you commit to it and show up, not turn up, show up, and be involved in the group, then this will produce the results that you need.
Well, Lindsay, I can't put it into words how, I can't put it into words, just how amazing it is, how awesome it is to see who the person that you've become through your efforts. They're yours, and you have made these changes. And because you've made them, you'll never go back to how you were. Like you say, you're going to keep moving forwards. So let's bring in on our next guest. And I would like Lindsay, we'll bring in Sarah Jane. Let's just say hi to Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Let's just start off with Lindsay. Tell me what it's like. How would you describe the community in My 365 and people like Sarah Jane?
The support is absolutely awesome. It's so special. And I've got to say, I've never, ever experienced anything like it, because everyone wants everyone to succeed. So there is just a willingness to support people when they're doing brilliantly, and when people are being challenged, the support is there. You'll see a post go on where someone's struggling for the day, and bosh, 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 there's response. That's how it happens. It is superb, and it lifts you up. It lifts you up on the days that you're struggling. It lifts you up, and then when you're winning, people are like people are so genuine. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you. And Sarah Jane, before we get stuck in and start talking to you, tell me what it's like when you hear people like Lindsay and you see her success. What does that do for you?
Oh, it's just just makes me know that I can do it. There's no doubt, which there always was before. So, you know, knowing that Lindsay's done it and Joe Tyler's done it and Janet's done it and everybody else, you know, it's just awesome. And I see a little bit of myself in all of them. And they just show up and lead by example. So you can't help but love them and want to be like them, really.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to let you go if that's okay. I'm going to, but you are awesome. Thank you so much. And what was also amazing is the fact that now you've achieved something and you just want to share it. You want to inspire other people, and that's so unique. And I really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you soon. And let's give her a big wave. Let's just do a little bit of the Brady Bunch where we all wave. Look, waving. There we go. Look, and we'll put her in the green room. She's not really in a green room, by the way. So, Sarah Jane, I've had the privilege of, I think we've only met once, right? Or twice.
Yeah, once.
We met once. And I feel like I know you because you've just really shown up and immersed yourself in this opportunity. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, anything you want to say about what you do. And then please feel free to tell us a little bit about what you've achieved since you've been a part of the My365 experience and the My365 challenge.
Okay. Well, I'm SJ, Sarah Jane. So
SJ.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. Write that down.
I've reinvented my life, really, since May last year. I turned 50 in May and I saw Elite and I thought, I'm going to join that. Really floated my boat. So I live in Poole in Dorset, which is a beautiful place to be. I'm absolutely in love with life now. I just absolutely appreciate my life. So my mantra when I started was to be happy and healthy every day. And I've nailed the happy, absolutely nailed the happy. And I choose happy every day by meditation, journaling, all the tools that you give us. And the weight is coming off, and I want to this year recommit and get the rest off, because I dieted myself fat, basically. At my largest, I was a size 32 and over 320 pounds. So I've lost over 8 stone in total, not all with My365, but actually My365 has kept me going every single day, and it's kind of the glue that just keeps me focused and on track. So it's absolutely awesome.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Because yesterday we were interviewing another one of our members, Janet Summerscales, who, when she was 7.5 stone, her boyfriend told her she had a pot belly, and you know what that did to her, and then going on diets after diets. And you know, I love what you said there, you know, dieting yourself, you know, dieting yourself fat. And you know, it's true, because it doesn't work. And the way I look at it is, it's just a vehicle for industry to make money. And I think that what happens, personally, it's good to get your opinion about this, that dieting, people think the diet is the answer. And then when they fail, it's like, well, I've failed. It wasn't the diet. And then they go back to that diet or another diet that the company has come up with. What do you think that is so unique about what you've been doing and the My365 challenge?
I think for me, it's about designing my life to live healthily. So it's about having the right, protecting time for different things. But the main thing is, I think with diets, it's external motivation. So I think when you go to a diet club, I think people tell you what to eat. They tell you whether you've done well or not. They weigh you. They do everything for you. Whereas with this, it's very much internally driven. And actually, you have to really think about things and really go deeply into why you do things and look at your behavior and examine it and be curious about it. And it's a totally different way of living. And I used to hate myself. I absolutely hated myself. And I'm going to get emotional, you know, I always do. But now I can actually look in the mirror. I've actually got cheekbones coming back. My goodness, I haven't seen those for 30 years.
Yes. Well, I have to tell you, Joe Tyler's, I don't know whether you can see that, but she's just posted a comment, which I've put up here, that says, You radiate happiness, SJ. And, you know, you really do. And you said something before when we were just talking before we went on air about your new life. And I want to understand what you mean by that, because for me, what I see in you isn't that you're a new person. It's like you actually are the real you. The real you has come to the party. How would you describe that when you say, I've got a new life?
I think because I've kind of, I guess the way I think about it is I've designed my life. So I know what I do in the mornings. I know what fills me with energy. I absolutely know myself really, really well now. And I've changed my job. So I now do something that absolutely fires me up every day. And I actually am disappointed when Friday comes along and the weekend comes along, because actually I love what I do. And now I'm looking at my evenings and thinking, okay, so how can I be more congruent in my evenings to my healthy lifestyle? How can I get off the sofa? How can I go and be active and do
Yes.
things, relax in a different way? So it's actually really examined. It's almost like picked up every piece of my life and examined it and actually said, well, those are the pieces I want to keep because I love those pieces.
Yeah.
But actually, there's a lot that I don't need anymore. And I think the weight is one of those things. I just don't need it anymore. I'm so confident. I'm focused. I'm very calm now. And I just think the weight was something to hide behind, and I just don't need it anymore. So I think that's where it's coming off.
You know, there's so many things that come through my head when you say that, but I think there's one that really stands out, which is what you've done is you've invested in yourself. You've made this investment in showing up and in doing a lot of things which people might think are a bit mundane, but I think it's where the magic is. And it's because you've invested time into your own development that you are now reaping the rewards of that development. And a lot of people give up. And I think that's one of the key things of having a community. And you've heard me say this 1,000 times. I think that, you know, when things get difficult, that's when people should show up. That's when people should say, I'm struggling a little bit with this, because if you don't learn from the struggle just repeats itself over and over and over again. And I know just how much you inspire people. The amount of people that are making comments right here, I can't actually keep up with them because I'm trying to just focus on what we're saying. But Diane Mary Wild says, you're such a lovely lady. Such a lovely, beautiful person. Lots of people making really, really lovely comments. So apart from losing weight, and that's amazing that you've lost, you know, in total, I can't believe you were ever, you know, that big. But, you know, it's just amazing, isn't it? Yes, well, yes. Well, it's just awesome, right? And you've done it. So you've lost a considerable amount of weight. You say you love yourself, which is awesome. You've grown in confidence. What would you say were some of the key things that you've kind of taken out of the My 365 challenge and the whole elite experience? What are some of the key learnings for you?
Just to keep it keeps me going. I've always loved self-development, but I think the key things are keep weeding, keep going back to your thoughts, keep really in the forefront of your mind when you want to work on something and you want to change something. You don't have to go at it hammer and tong. You don't have to be really hard on yourself, which is I used to be. I used to be quite a judgmental person, and I was very judgmental to myself. I used to hold myself very accountable, but that used to turn into beating myself up. Now I just say, okay, well, you can reset tomorrow. That's fine. If you've done something that's not quite congruent with what you should be doing, that's okay. We're learning. We're an apprentice, as you say. And actually, a mistake is just a mistake, which I always do. I quote so much of you, Pete, that I've actually taken it in my new job to my new team. So my new team will be doing lots of different things from My 365 for us to deliver the best for Dorset.
Well, so, as you know, our goal is to impact the lives of 100 million people, and it's happening with you know, when you're talking to people, when you're a better version of yourself, it just changes everything. So we're very, very grateful to that. Can you just tell me, what is it do you think that is unique about the approach that we have to weight loss compared to the conventional approach that many people go down?
Well, I think it is about looking to the future. It's about seeing yourself
Yes.
in the future, visualizing yourself in the future. Actually, who do you want to be? I mean, nobody ever asks you that question, and you know, they may be at school, but it's always, what do you want to do? It's not, who do you want to be? How do you want to feel? That's something that I ask myself every single morning now, is how do I want to feel today? And actually, it doesn't matter what's going on. I mean, I injured my foot just before Christmas, as you know, and that really knocked me for six for a while, well, only for a day or so, because I was on my route to do 50 park runs for Christmas Day, and that was my absolute goal for the year, and that's what kept me going, and the dynamic tension of me doing that kept me going. But actually, I injured my foot 3 runs before I'd finished.
Yeah.
And that made me really examine myself. But actually, without my 365 and without showing up through that difficulty, I probably would have gone and, you know, gone completely off the rails over Christmas and just forgotten it all, and then put on what I've lost. And
Yeah. I
didn't. I just stayed consistent. I thought, what's got to be done now? I did my, you know, I went to the physio, I had my foot done, and I'm doing physio every single day. I'm my 365, my recovery, and my foot has now been signed off, and I'm ready to start moving again, which is wonderful. So without my 365, there's no doubt in my mind that I would be, you know, back down, spiraling down again, which I haven't done.
Yes. And it's interesting, isn't it? It's like kind of then spiraling back down again till things get so bad again that then people then decide to do something again until that happens again. And, you know, you've broken that cycle. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how much I'm learning just by listening to you about your journey, because, you know, I don't know everything that you do, but when you say things like this is really interesting. This is really fascinating to me. So what would you say to people that are considering getting involved with the My 365 challenge? What would your words of wisdom be about that?
Just do it. That you won't make a better decision. You have to work at it. You have to really immerse yourself in it, and you have to work at it, and you directly get the results that you put in. And if you really want it, but even if you feel like you're you're at the bottom and you really hate yourself and you hate your body, and you know you've tried and tried and tried and tried and just can't do it, just try it. It's something new. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got, as you rightly say. And, you know, this is a new way of thinking, and it works. It really does work. And then you've got these amazing people all around you, like Joe and Lindsay and Janet and everybody else. And, you know, and we are there, and we support each other, and we inspire each other every single day. And there is always another level. So when you've reached one goal, you just stretch out for the next one, because that's the beauty of it. It just doesn't, you don't lose weight for something. So a lot of people lose weight for, say, an event, a wedding or something like that. And then once the event's gone, they just, oh, well, you know, I don't have to do it anymore. So they don't do it. And that's when they pile all the weight back on again. But I think with my 365, you've always got something else to strive for. Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm so thankful to you and your time, and being someone who inspires me. And I wish you continued success in everything that you do. And I'm delighted to be a part of your journey. So let's all give SJ a big wave. And she can wave. So everyone just wave. Waving's brilliant, isn't it? I think we should all start waving. Isn't it? I think we should start waving a lot more. Thank you so much. You can't, no one can hear you now, apart from not even me. I know my image isn't very good, but my shirt still looks amazing. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let me ask you, what's been your biggest takeaway from what you've heard this evening? You know, for me, there was a number of things, that whole kind of new me. There's so many things. In fact, I will watch this back myself and start to make some notes. This is the real deal. It's a real opportunity for all of you, and I just want to bring this into the broadcast so you guys can see this, and you can get a flavor of what it is that we're offering you. The My 365 challenge is available now until the end of the week. It's available for 100 people. It basically costs £97, and you have membership to this for life. And let me just show you a little bit of what you get. So you get world-class coaching. We do live broadcasts every week. We've got recipe books, but we've actually got a formula for you guys to follow, because when it comes to success, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You have to copy people that have already achieved what it is that you want to achieve. So we've got the number 7 is a big thing for us. We have 7 weight loss challenges, 7 weight loss tools, and 7 weight loss resources. You know, I've written 18 books. I've written best-selling books on weight loss. I've had other weight loss programs, but this is the best I've ever created. And when you see people like SJ, and you see people like Lindsay, and you see people like Joe Tyler, and you see people like Janet Summerscales, you realize, and there's a lot more. We're going to be speaking to people tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be in Wrexham, and we're going to be speaking to 2 more people, and let's see what we can learn from them. And the same on Thursday, and the same on Friday. And I would encourage all of you, if you can, you know, share this, because the amount of people that have come across My 365 because someone just literally clicked it and shared it, and someone didn't even know what it was, watched it and thought this looks interesting, and it changed their life. What I love about people like Lindsay and SJ is how they've decided to embrace growth, and not growth as in size. I'm talking growth as in brain power, physical power, spiritual power, call it what you want, in that power of just growing and getting better. Just like look at your garden and you feel satisfied because you see what you have done. This is the same with you going to work on yourself. And for me, what SJ said there about how much work she's put into this, now she's reaping the rewards, and it's so worth it. Julie said, change to how they see self, not a diet, but a changed life. Thank you very much. Has anyone else got any comments, anything they'd like to say? Diane Mary Wild, an amazing lady. Everyone is unique, and My 365 Weight Loss Challenge provides a unique structure that you can build and take towards your goals, whatever they are. Thank you very much. I actually think it is the best program, and even calling it a weight loss program, it kind of doesn't do it any justice. But unfortunately, I think we have to meet people where they are. And a lot of people do want to lose weight, and this program can help them lose weight, or I should say help them lose fat, and gain so much more. Gain a life where you're proud of who you are. You like who you are. You love who you are. You think, you know what? I'm great. And if you're the sort of person that looks in the mirror and gives yourself a hard time, if you're the sort of person who's kind of let yourself down before with broken promises, if you're the sort of person who is ready to change, then I would really encourage you to get involved. Click on the link above in the post, my365.me/elite. And as we finish this off, I want to say just another big shout out to the people that have already joined. I can see Tina Patel there is saying awesome stories and support from the best ever coach. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. So yeah, massive shout out to Sarah Winship, Christine Barker, Liz Robertson, Wesley Collier, Tracy Morris, Nikki McGregor, Dawn Rowley, Jane Bird, Helen Charge, Karen Russell, Debbie Williams, Melanie Jane Stoneman, Jackie Edwards, Anna Thorburn, Philippa Hodge, Halima Heath, Kay Smith, Fiona Young, Kirsty Baker, Gillian Wood, Julie Pepper, Sarah Jane Casey, Penny Morehouse, Kelly Carey, and Giuseppe Boat. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. But anyway, thank you. We will see you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. And for our elite members, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you to my guests tonight. SJ, I almost said Sarah Jane, but no, it's SJ. And also to the amazing Lindsay Sales. Take care, guys. Much love. We will see you at the top. That's where we're going. Top of the tower. We're still here because it doesn't want to end. This the broadcast that just want to goes on and on and on because it was just amazing.